Hi, my name's Tom Hall, Project Sales Manager at London Square 9 Elms. We're here today for our Lettings Lounge with representatives from Benham and Reeves, Jones Lang LaSalle and Savills. What makes 9 Elms and Battersea stand out for a prime area of rental investment in London?
For me personally, I think it's such an exciting prospect for investors just because it's such a huge regeneration project, one of the largest in Europe so far. It's very exciting, it's a new neighbourhood, and overall it's also increasing in popularity massively with renters.
How have you seen the local rental market evolve across 9 Elms and Battersea in the past 3 to 5 years?
Well, it's changed dramatically. 5 years ago, I personally worked on this sort of site all along the river in 9 Elms. And the difference between then and now is that applicants actually really want to be here. We get inquiries from corporates as well as professional sharers, as well as lots of international students as well, all wanting to actually specifically be in this area, whereas 5 years ago previously, it was still a bit of an unknown. So it's definitely grown into this really exciting, young, vibrant place for renters.
What type of tenants do you see most attracted to this area, and why do they tend to choose it over other similar London areas?
Well, excitingly, you get a real mix. So, you have your standard sort of professional sharers, professional couples as well. We also get a lot of corporate searchers coming through looking for the area, as well as lots of international student interest as well. Ultimately, the reason why I think they're so attracted to the area is because there is so many options in terms of places for them to go, to eat, to go out and enjoy themselves, but also the offering from the developments which are along this area is very much lock up and go, new build, luxury developments, which is becoming more and more popular.
What are the key lifestyle benefits of living in 9 Elms and Battersea that particularly appeal to renters?
So now it's grown massively in terms of the offering that the area has. There's so much more infrastructure now in terms of things to do, where to eat and places to go. But as well as that, you're on the banks of one of the most famous rivers in the world, the River Thames, which obviously is very desirable. But also on top of that, you have excellent transport links, not only into central London, but other areas of London, as well as out of southwest.
What local amenities make this area particularly attractive to families, international students and professionals?
Well, for families, for instance, it's the best of both worlds. So parents are easily able to get to work because of the transport links and how easy it is to get into the work districts. And also it's a nice area to bring up young families. There's also loads of things for young families to do. Obviously the Battersea Park and the local community and what it offers young families. And that's very similar of the international students and professionals who want a nice community on their doorstep. We've got the shopping centres there, we've got the restaurants and bars. So really, depending on what your lifestyle is, it can be as busy and vibrant as you want it to be, or it can be quite quiet and tranquil, like we have like the river walks. So there really is everything for everyone.
How do the transport links in 9 Elms and Battersea compare to other areas of London, and how do these impact rental demand?
Well, rule number one is if you're going to buy an investment for rentals, it needs to be close to a transport links. And that's something that 9 Elms and Battersea ticks. It has every single type of transportation, and in most cases you can be from door to door to your work or university within 20 minutes.
In your opinion, how does the rental market in 9 Elms and Battersea compare to similar areas across London?
Well, the nice thing is that this area is the full package. It's in zone 1 and it ticks all the boxes. It's quite unique in the types of apartments and build, and it's somewhere where people want to come to. So we haven't even reached the peak of what the potential is in 9 Elms and Battersea, but we've already seen so much demand and people wanting to be in here. And I think that's the nice thing about the rental market in 9 Elms, is that people want to be here and the full potential is still to come.
In your opinion, what do you see as the future of the 9 Elms rental market in terms of both growth but also demand from tenants?
I think the Nine Elms lettings market is just going to go from strength to strength. If you think what we've achieved in the last 5 years, and we haven't even touched the iceberg of what's still to come. So the demand is still stronger than ever before, so things will just get better and better, but the lettings market is definitely not going anywhere.
What advice would you give investors looking to purchase in the Nine Elms and Battersea area in order to maximise their rental investments?
So get into a development as early as possible. Hold for at least 5 years. And with this area, more is being built as well. So that's just going to increase demand and increase your yields.
Would you recommend that a landlord furnishes their apartment?
Yes, about 95% of our tenants are looking for furnished apartments. You want to furnish the apartments to the standard that you were looking of the tenant you were looking for. And you also want your property to stand out. Number of times we've had tenants come to a property and they pick the property based on the furniture. So make sure you furnish the property correctly.
What would you say are the average void periods that a landlord can expect to see in this area?
So due to the high demand for tenants, we have very, very low void periods. If its tenancy is coming back onto the market, we tend to find a tenant before the tenancy ends, so that you might have a couple of days to turn the property over. With regards to a brand new property, once the property completes and the furniture is installed, you're talking probably about a week to 10 days before a tenant would move in.